again. What a feeling.
Well, dang. That's not bad. Sounds better than what I was doing most of the day. Just a little bit of like lighting stuff, but then we had to pull 500s by hand. The aluminum crappy stuff that everyone uses now, so it's a little easier, but you know, it was just from one side of a room to the other underneath the concrete pour. Not very far. But like, yeah, that was... It was getting the reels and crap up there. That's always the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, even if it's aluminum, it's still pretty heavy to move a reel of that crap. What do you do when you say you need 200 feet runs and you're pulling like 3 legs and a neutral, and you get 500-foot rolls? What do? Just use it up until, and then you leave the rest on the roll?
Usually for like a big run like that, they'll order a specific length from whatever wire people they have, and they have all kinds of different reels they can put it on. So usually get it to length, like whatever you order. Like if you have a 1,600-foot run, you get like a 12-foot high reel that comes with special rollers and stuff, that turn it, electronically.
Gotcha. Yeah, what you use for lubrication on that stuff? Anything?
It's called poly water. I don't know. It comes in 5-gallon buckets, and then we put it in like a smaller thing. And I think it's basically just lube, and we dump that in the pipe, or you put your hand in there and then put it all over the wire. And they're like, yeah, soap up that wire, and then they yell at you and tell you to push, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, sounds like you got some rocket scientists there.
That's just how it is, man. It's, I don't have anything nice to say. I won't say anything. But there's some good dudes in there. There's some smart dudes, too. And just a large percentage, yeah. I don't get it. W2BTK, with the live stream going to YouTube as a test.
Oh, cool beans, man. Cool beans. So any idea how long this gig's gonna last, or you don't know?
I'm not too sure, but he seems to, like me, figured out, good worker and stuff. Foreman's my age. It seems like it's kind of not quite just starting, but like just starting to get rolling, this job. So I don't know, a couple weeks to maybe a couple months. Who knows?
Yaman. Yabba dabba do. Okay, well, it's not far. We're not doing anything too cuckoo except walking around on roofs with no fall protection, but I guess that's part of the gig.
Well, that was my initial checking out that roof. He told me, if you have any concerns, like, you can just come down. You don't have to do it. But I went down. The problem is there was no real good anchor point, but I got, a harness and a retractable, and I rigged up, one of those straps, and just put it around the hinge that, this roof door. It's like the, barn doors. I forget what you call it, but I hooked it around that thing. I figured it's good enough. I could dangle off that. Pretty skinny. And I just did it. It wasn't quite that bad. It's pitched, so you like lose your balance or something, I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Yeah, gotta watch out for them pitched roofs. They're certain BSers said a pitched roof, you can't send the FBI up on them.
Well, they won't go on pitched roofs?
Not at Butler, no.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, I don't have current stuff like too, haven't been thinking about it too much.
Yeah, I know, you've been busy working. Well, anyway. Yeah, I remember that time that me, you, and Tommy-san went on the roof in Beechwood and you shot that wire nut over my neighbor's house.
Yeah, that was just right. Like I don't know, like I didn't try to like get it done. Like I kind of waited until it was the right time to shoot that thing. You can sense it, you know, it's in the air. You just got to be able to tune into that frequency.
Did you get a good look at my neighbor while he was watching us?
No, I was dialed in.
Oh. Well, he's dead.
Oh, well. Yeah, no, I didn't get a look at him.
Yeah, he passed away like a year after we moved out of there. I don't know what happened to him. He wasn't that old, maybe late 60s. And he was never overweight or anything. So I don't know what the heck happened to him.
Well, me either. Everything seems to be running pretty well. Got a decent scope pattern here. I got some junk on my scope that, I don't know, I could probably make it go away if I used some better interconnects and stuff. I think I'm just using like TV coax or something.
Well, you could always hike the amount of signal you're running to the scope and then attenuate it at the scope too. And that might increase your SNR if you're picking up RF on the shield there, being in the local, the near field of the antenna like that. That's a real pain. Yeah, that was a real pain for me in Beechwood, but I tamed it. Now out here, I don't have any of that because everything is spread out like Texas.
Yeah, I don't think it's so much that. I think it's like, it's just on the carrier there. It's like DC or AC something.
Roger. Well, you do have that hum back, but it's way down. And I don't hear it changing anymore.
Well, maybe I'm seeing it on the scope now.
Yeah, that's possible. Looking at, do you take your own audio off of the local receiver? I guess so, right?
Right, yeah, like when I'm, it's switched into an attenuator, I think, like just an attenuator. There's like one of them little coax relays right on the back of the receiver, and you know, when I transmit, it goes in the attenuator, but it still picks me up pretty good. Like I got a pretty good, like a S9 signal into my receiver right now, so that's what anybody listening to the live stream would be hearing, I hope.
Gotcha. Okay, because I heard it sounds exactly the same on your recording. The infamous recording that everybody's passed around.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that should be what's on the recording. I can put like the straight up microphone into the stream as well, or like I can talk while somebody's transmitting that way, but that's muted, so you should be just hearing on the YouTube like it's actual demodulated, like received signal.
You still using the same YouTube ID and all?
Yeah, it's youtube.com/amateur radio.
Roger. Well, I'll be looking for that. And you upload it.
I don't have to upload it. It's on there right now. You could watch it right now. I think there's a chat too. I should probably check.
Yeah, right. Who's that in there? Somebody's trying to break in, but they're experiencing operating difficulties.
Oh, 503 is in the chat.
Amateur radio dot what?
It's on YouTube, youtube.com/amateur radio.
Rain is being unkind.
There he is.
Yeah, I think the rain's being unkind to me. AA3RE.
What's up, Pete?
Hiya, Bill. Hiya, Dave. Yeah, well, that's kind of weird. Checked my SWR on the balance line feeder, and it's like 1.22 to 1. I'm like, I don't think the DYY is going to like that, so I tuned into my tuner, cut it flat. The DYY says, nope, don't like it. So I said, all right, well, let's see if the DYY likes going straight through with the 1.22. It seems to be working, so you can't tune the tuner.
You sound good.
Why, thank you. So are you live streaming now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I figure instead of just recording everything and having to send it to everybody and, up and down load and sideways load everything, I would just live stream it. That way anybody can listen, including the entire internet, and then anybody, who was in the QSO could easily find it. And I wouldn't have, you don't have to like pass it around and make sure the file's not too big, and solve a lot of problems. Plus you can see the fish finder, W2BTK.
Yeah, that's a way better way of doing it, actually. And then I'll be able to find it easy and listen to it during break at work, at my leisure. And I don't have to listen to it on my crappy phone. I can listen to it on my Bluetooth speaker, or when I get home on my computer sound goes through my Yamaha stereo with my Serwin Vegas speakers. And you're sounding really good too. Interested how everybody would sound tonight. This first night, I'm using a bigger speaker that I had laying around that I forgot all about. It's 9-inch round speaker and a big box. I think it's an improvement.
W2 very weak.
Except Dave sounds like he's talking through a paper cup tonight. Why is that?
This is what ham radio is supposed to sound like right here.
Oh, you're doing that on purpose.
Yeah, Pete, all that extra rack gear and all that you know, all that stuff. It's not in the spirit of ham radio. You know, you need 2.8 kilohertz audio bandwidth, and it, you know, that's it. QRP, 10 watts. Anything more, and you're just playing with yourself.
Well, I'm glad to know then that I wasted the last 10 months of effort and fun on something that is not in the spirit of radio. Cool.
You guys in your hi-fi stuff, I mean, this is what radio is meant to sound like. This is unadulterated radio. When this radio was designed, the engineers knew exactly what they were doing. And they were the very best engineers with the very best specifications.
Well, it's certainly not the Dave that I've become accustomed to listening to. And here I got a bigger speaker to make everybody even sound better or closer to what they're trying to do. And you went and reversed that whole process.
Well, hold on now. I can get better with my audio here. What's the lowest I can go here? For 4.5. I mean, there you go. Now I got 4.5K audio bandwidth. What would that be? 9K total bandwidth. Do I sound more yellowier?
Well, that was a bad time to do it because you're in a QSB fade, so I didn't really notice a whole lot of difference.
I can tell you that it didn't change over here because I'm listening on a piece of crap.
Well, yeah, that's more, I don't even think those radios, it's like 3K, right? Hold on, let me go back. What was that? Yeah, this is what I was at before.
Yeah, I did hear a very slight difference in the very upper high end that I can hear, which isn't very good because this radio is completely unmodified the way God intended.
Well, if you really want to get down to the nitty-gritty, all the transmitter and the receiver right? So there's that.
The band's rolling around a little bit.
Yeah, I'll be back. I gotta go help unload OPEC. W2VW.
Alright. Frequency for you while you're gone. Trying to wrap my head around why I have a higher than the 1.1 to 1 SWR and the DYY is happy. And I go through the tuner to flatten that out and it was unhappy. But anyway, it's working, so I guess I shouldn't question success.
Yeah, I don't know. Everything sounds pretty good. You got, you know, enough compression. All's good.
Well, I haven't touched anything setting-wise in the audio for the last probably a couple times I've been on, so I think I found the sweet spot. And it was a long road, but once it's set, now I'm just gonna leave it. I did get a data plug I had in my junk box I forgot about, but I dug it out because I remembered I might have one, and I did. And I'm able to take all this audio processing gear and shove it into the data port of the Yaesu. Preliminary reports are certainly an improvement. Oh, the hand microphone I was using.
Well, hell yeah. Well, some of that got a little choppy with the QSB. It's like that long QSB. You know what I'm talking about. But it sounds like you got it under control because you figured out the best way to set your audio, absolute best way, is to just not touch it ever. That's what I do. And then you can use the same audio chain once you get it all like not effed up and kind of normal and sounding good. You can just inject it into anything and use the same audio chain no matter what radio you're on.
Yeah, that's why I'm not screwing around with it, because the same audio chain seems to work through the data port on my plastic rice box, so that was a win. And I never used that radio on AM just because it just was blah. Yeah, I mean, it's fine on sideband, but it was always blah on AM. I was using it on AM, and it turns out it's working pretty good. So that's a win.
Well, hell yeah. Now you just got to get the externally modulated DX100 going.
Well, that's going to be a long road to hoe, because that thing is kind of a wreck. There's a lot of work to be done to that, so that's not going to happen anytime soon at all. But I will be using my plastic rice box tonight on the Classic Radio Roundup. And I'm one of the founding members and, charter member, and I wrote the rules. And there was a rule in there that says the rules do not need to be adhered to, so I don't have to adhere to the rules.
Well, what the hell? I mean, so can I use Echo on the Classic Radio Roundup now?
Well, you can use it, but most people will not appreciate it, but you can. Should you? Well, that's another question.
Do you have an SDR receiver? Sorry, there's a big lightning hit just when you said your answer. Is that a no?
Yeah, I do not have an SDR receiver, no.
Because I was thinking you could make those water gates, as you call them, much better for that 6-meter roundup. If you had like just an SDR, like they have little cheap ones. It's like a dongle, like a USB stick, basically. And you plug that tiny coax into it and just get a coax switch and use all the different classic radios as transmitters, and just on receive, just switch into the SDR, and then you could just do what I'm doing right now and get like way better audio quality, I think. And then you could also go live and have a chat,
Well, that would also require a computer in my shack, which I do not have and don't plan on doing anytime soon, although it may happen in the future, just not the near future.
It's a detriment to not have a computer in the shack, man. You need I have 2 computers in the shack.
I used to have a computer in the shack until I got all discombobulated, and I got tired of fixing computers when they get discombobulated. I got sick and tired of it, and it died after fixing it, and it died. So now I've never got another computer in the shack. I have a cheap-ass desktop just in my bedroom because I can't be without a computer, and I hardly ever use that. Mostly I do anything I need to do on the internet with my family. I'm just not motivated to deal with freaking another computer and all the wires and things that you need, and so banging my head against the wall to make things work, and then they don't work because the software says, I don't feel like working today. Then you got to screw around with it, bang your head against the wall some more to get it to work, and then it works, and then it doesn't work, or it doesn't work right, or something else stops working. Yeah, I'm pretty well annoyed with computers and don't really want to frustrate myself with that again.
See, I can usually wiggle my way through that kind of crap pretty easy. Like, I guess it's different because I grew up with computers, basically. I remember sitting on my dad's lap and, typing on the keyboard. He worked for IBM, so we always had a computer. Like, from the youngest I can remember, we had a computer. They were really old computers. I mean, that was like, I was born in '85, so, I was using some real old stuff, but computers nonetheless. So wiggling through, like, when the computer is working and it's software stuff, I could wiggle through that. But my problem, and you could watch old live streams of me struggling with this, was blowing up computers with RF and stuff until I got it figured out and got a decent computer. I was buying like junk off eBay, and you could see me like pulling the damn thing apart during a live stream or something because the like I had a separate computer just for the receiver, and it kept crapping out on me. So as long as it's like mechanically and electronically working, I'm good. But, you know, I guess that's might be the difference. W2BTK.
Live streams, W2 very weak.
I know my way around a computer fairly well. I started out with computers in the mid-90s with an 8088, but I used it for, and the only reason I got it is because I wanted to get on packet radio. Like, whoa, that seems cool. But I was already probably around 30 years old by the time I had my first computer. Using an 8088 with DOS, getting that working with packet radio, and that was kind of fun. I didn't even get onto the internet with a computer until probably after Y2K. So first I got on the internet with one, and that was with a laptop running Windows, just plain Windows, was it? 3.0 or whatever the first Windows was. With a what was that? Like a, I don't know, super slow baud modem. I don't know what they were. I don't remember the numbers anymore. 880 baud or so. I don't know. I don't remember now, but it was so slow. Oh my God, it took forever to load a page. AA3RE.
What's up, Dave? Oh, you're in a fade or something.
Well, the milk was blocking RF.
Yeah, I hear you now. You're coming in here like you're in the weeds, dude.
Are you doing this to poke me in the ribs or something?
No, I'm doing this because I wouldn't allow my downstairs stuck.
What?
Yeah. I tripped. But that's because probably my SWR is a little bit of probably fringy, but seems to be mostly working. I forgot what the hell I was going to say. I think that you, Bill.
Wait, what?
Who's 503?
503, I thought it was 503 from Texas, but he said he's 19. So I think this is, I'm not sure. 503 is from Mud Ducks on the Air. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think, yeah, he's been around a while. Probably from, no, I'm not sure.
Alright, I'm going to run downstairs. Obviously, I need more RF to make this work. And I won't be able to regale you guys with my wonderful audio. I'll have to get on the AppSub radio I have down there, but you guys are going to have to live with it. I'll be back.
Alright, no problem.
Yep, sounds good. Then you'll sound a lot better. But I had to clean you up. I have one of them Radio Shack DSP, audio DSP units. Thing's actually pretty cool, pretty handy. I've had it for many years now. I was sitting around doing nothing. I put it on the back end of the National NC300 with this big speaker, and the way conditions are tonight, it really helps.
I'm just trying not to fall asleep. I'm gonna pass out about another 20 minutes here. But 503 503 said he's just from Oregon, and he's into ham radio and CB, and he's a self-proclaimed mud duck, but I bet he's probably got a decent signal.
Most people that actually claim to be mud ducks are the ones who are not mud ducks. The ones who claim to be king of the hill are usually the mud ducks.
Exactly.
Are you allowed to say that on amateur radio, mud duck?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, we say Watergate and stuff like that. It's just, I mean, straight up CB terminology. I mean, I think that's fine.
Well, yeah, well, sometimes I'm not sure what the rules are these days on everything, because, you know, the rules that I grew up with in life always seem to be, you know, in a state of flux, and what I thought applied doesn't apply, and what I thought was, you know, something else isn't, and something that was is. I don't know. It's, you know, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm like legit tired. I haven't sweat and, you know, pulled 500s by hand in a while.
Yeah, well, I was doing some physical labor myself today, putting boilers back together after an annual outage. And I don't usually work that hard, but when the work needs to be done, well, I pitch in. I was calibrating instruments and installing plugs and handheld covers, and yeah. Well, I let the young guys do the real grunt work, and I'm like, all right, you guys handle that. None of y'all can calibrate gauges or are certified, so I'm gonna go calibrate gauges now.
Yeah, man. Let the old timer have a break. You young dudes do something. But man, the old timer dude that was working with me was a little bit too. I mean, he would sit down in a chair and just like do like apprentice stuff. And just like, man, I don't know if you should be like sitting, but I didn't say anything. He did get yelled at for that quite a few times. Like, what the hell, dude?
Gotta go and sort all these wire ties out so they're each facing the same direction.
Exactly. And I don't know. Dude's never been laid off. I don't know how it happens, like how you get in a position like that. I think they were giving him foreman rate too.
There's an etiquette to using wire ties. And yeah, I mean, I pitch in when need be, but then reaches a point where, all right, there's stuff that I need to do that you're not qualified for, but everybody's qualified for the grunt work. So you guys take care of the grunt work, and I'm going to go take care of the technical work. It's my turn to, you know, not use my muscles as much as my brain.
Well, when I first started working at 30 Rock over there, nobody knew me except for like 2 people. And I had to work with these guys pulling wire, you know. They want to make sure you're not an idiot. So they give you a job that, it's not a bad job really, but if you have mental problems, it's going to show. And I had these guys, you got to take the tape and you put the nose on the pole, and you can only put 4 wraps of tape in a clockwise direction, and you have to pull it apart, and twist it. You know, they have like all these rules for stuff. I'm like, man, you people are twisted.
They're trying to drag it on, make something that takes an hour take 3 hours. But dude, that 503 dude in the chat, he's 19 from Oregon, and he's asking about Antec transformers because he wants to high-level modulate something, and he said he didn't even see my video about it, but there's a video on my channel somewhere about my Viking 2, and it's like at the end, the last half of the video is all the math you need to do to figure out the turns ratio for what you need to do exactly that. So how about that, Dave?
Yeah, I remember when you put all that stuff up, Billy. I thought it was great. You were being a good ham. You were passing along what you know, and you put it out there so anybody could find it, and I think it's still up. Matter of fact, I was looking at an old conversation where somebody asked me that very same thing, and they referred to your video just last night. So yeah, so you're paying forward what you know.
Yeah, man. Well, you're the one who taught me that crap.
Yeah, well, I learned it from Stu, AB2EZ. I mean, figuring out the ratios and all. I knew how to do that, but I would have never considered using two transformers like that. You know, that the leakage reactance was low enough that you could get away with it. I would have never thought about that. You know, that took some real out-of-the-box thinking there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Stu. And then all the people that said, that doesn't work. Well, that's the best part about it, really.
Well, it doesn't work, Billy. I'm not really hearing you here. I think you're an apparition.
You sound much better now, by the way. I mean, not truly in the spirit of ham radio anymore, but woo, much better.
Oh, with this crappy hi-fi stuff, I'm going to take that all out of my transceiver and put all the original components back in. Actually, I'm looking for them now on eBay, but I need Japanese components, not Chinese. It makes it hard.
Well, yeah, because you want everything to work. Right now, I mean, technically it doesn't work. So, yeah, you get that thing working, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'll make everybody listen to it. I don't have a problem with my audio. I don't have to listen to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that used to be my attitude towards audio. You're the one that has to listen to it. I don't, so I don't care. As long as you understand me, don't care what it sounds like.
I got a lot of catching up to do to make you listen to that, what I was using before, Pete. I figure I got like at least a year and a half's worth.
What are you saying? I should go back to using my real amateur radio and put the multi-LMAC back on the air? So not only make you struggle with my audio, but my signal too. Isn't that in the spirit of amateur radio? AA3RE.
W2 very weak. Well, then you just add to the time that I have to get even with you.
W2B, TK.
I think I'm making up for all that now, aren't I?
Yeah, I just want to get the guy that tells everybody that their audio sounds better than everybody else, and everybody else on the same frequency at the same time, and then ask them.
As long as it's improved over what I was doing, I'm satisfied.
Speaking
I think that nasty light is trying to turn on right now.
Hello. W2VW, the new and improved W2VW. Yeah, baby.
Holy crap!
On the box-mounted speaker that I got on here now.
Yeah, my goal is to make your speaker vibrate across the shelf and fall on the floor. Hello.
Dude, that's man, you're in the cherry bushels over here, as they say. Everything's maxed out. SNR is like in the 60s.
I'll be looking forward to looking at that Watergate. What'd you say, Pete?
Oh, man. Oh. This 8-inch speaker on the back of the NC300 is working out a lot better than that Kenwood box speaker I was using.
I thought you were using the Kenwood box speaker on something else. You mean you were using the Kenwood speaker on the National all this time?
That's correct.
Huh. So you noticed the difference then?
Yes, it's way better. There's more frequency response for sure.
Yeah, now you just got to work on the high end.
I'll just have to put a smaller speaker on through a capacitor then.
No, you either have to stagger tune your IF or there's a few other ways to do it. But for now, you could just tune off a kC.5.
I think it sounds good. I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, but if you tune off a kC.5, you can hear the highs.
I think I hear them now.
I don't know. Well, I'm still using my 10-meter audio profile, but if the guys get on 1895, is that when they get on? 1895. If those guys get on, I'll cut this back.
Are we stretching our legs out? I have an audio profile on. I could just turn all that stuff off, and it's like basically pulling your pants down in like audio terms. There you go. All right. How's that? It's probably not that much different, to tell you the truth. I don't think my voice has like a crap load more after 10 kilohertz.
Well, it's not pretty wide, but it got a precision detector here, which is pretty good. It's a lot better than a diode, but it's not keeping up with the QSB in terms of blasting, so the whole transmission was distorted due to the band. And, you know, having a ton of audio makes it even worse. But don't touch it. It's perfect.
No, I'm not going to change anything, but right now, yeah, it's what is that? About 250% awesomeness, you know, and then I don't know, it was like approaching at times the big 300 in percentage of awesomeness of how awesome this QSO is. W2BTK.
Yeah, AM contest audio. I kind of like that. W2 very weak.
It's really silly. Just to look at it on the scope even. I guess it sounds fine, but yeah, I'm gonna be blasty as hell. QSB gets the better of what I'm doing over here.
And now I hear the what do you call it? The phase modulated hum is definitely phase modulated now. I can tell. It's funny. I couldn't for the life of me detect that upstairs on my receiver that was unmolested and built exactly the way it was built for communications, which is what this is all about.
Well, yeah, you don't have all that nuance distracting you that way.
Yes, everyone sounds almost the same on it, if you hear them at all. It's like basic training. Like cut off your hair and you got to run the course and do all this stuff, and people call you names.
And everyone looks the same.
Man, you got up into the 70 dBSNR zone on the last one, and then Pete is like in the very high 50s.
I'm not even gassing it, Billy. I was going to fix my IPI this week, and I still might. and then we'll see what kind of damage we can do, just to check it.
Yeah, well, that's going to be sick. I mean, just for documentation's sake, I have 6 dB of attenuation on the receiver, and then, yeah, I'm sure there's some compression from the AGC, just like,
Well, you're banging in here, plus you got that ridiculous. Yeah, it's kind of funny, Billy. Well, here. Hello, hello. See, I can't make the peaks here. You hear the audio is starting to suffer because I'm using a crappy compressor. But this is it. That's all. That's it. Like my IPA. It might not be pretty, but that's all there is right there. W2VW. That means very weak.
Yeah, the band has turned around now. You're both 40 to 50 dB over currently, so quite the turnaround from a few minutes ago. AA3RE.
W2BTK. That's Billy the Kid. I don't feel like that much of a kid anymore. They're pulling 500s today. But then again, I'm like not like old, but I'm not young. It's like a weird transitional age, turning 40. It's like the youngest old that you could possibly be. Like, it's like, yeah, you're old, but it's like the youngest old. Ugh.
Well, you haven't arrived until you get that not quite empty bladder feeling.
Yeah, or the feeling like you have to pee while you're actually peeing.
Man, yeah, I'm getting old is probably, it's probably fun too, but I don't know. I don't know how long I could keep doing this kind of work.
In the words of W1GAC, who was a great American and an Arab who assimilated into our culture here without any problems, kind of like Danny Thomas, it's better than the alternative.
That is true.
Yeah, pain is just a symptom of you being alive.
By the way, if you did want to monitor yourself, this is live. Like, you can go, I think there's probably like a 20-something second delay, it seems like. Maybe a little longer than that. And you can just watch the thing right now.
I got it on upstairs, Billy. I can't see it from down here. I'll have to work on that. I'm glad you put that up. And then I don't have my login to YouTube because I haven't logged into any of that stuff in years since they started throwing off Patriots from there. I figure I'll never log in there again. But maybe I will. I might change my mind. Are you with the government?
Me? No, definitely not. I'm not going to say anything at all about the government because I learned that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So I won't say anything. But it's all owned by Google now. So, like, if you have a Google account anywhere, that's what you use to sign in now. All sorts of this stuff. It's fun. And oh, you got a comment too from 503 says W2VW sounds like Darth Vader is in the background.
What's your username again?
Me, you could go to youtube.com/amateurradio.
Well, how about if I'm on the YouTube app and I want to search in the search bar?
Oh, I get a real computer. No, it's 631NJ.
Yeah, 503. If you've been around long enough, all I can say is Bell Atlantic. I don't know if you ever heard that. Well, I am your father, Luke.
Yeah, dude, you're coming in like really well over here some QSB, so I don't know, maybe so it makes it sound like that a little bit. But you will see when you listen, it's impressive.
Roger. I gotta listen to myself. I don't know if I could take that, Billy, but thanks.
Everyone sounds great.
Well, that's not working. 632 NJ. That didn't work. Put in amateur radio in the search bar. That's got everything amateur radio related. That ain't helping. Are you the Caduthil Dill family 2378 summer vacation?
No, it's not working because you still haven't put in any of the things I told you. I said you can either go to youtube.com/amateurradio, or if you want to use my username to search, it's 631NJ.
631. He's Mexican.
Oh, I put in the wrong number. So, is your, how do I get to a live stream? Now I got your bunch of posts. How do I find a live stream?
Click. I don't know. It's either advertised to you right when you go up to the page somewhere near the top, or you can. I use a computer. I don't know how the hell his mobile app works, but there's different tabs like videos, live, this, that. It just, if you go to my page, you should be able to find it relatively easily.
Well, I'm on your page. And Thirsty Thursday, wine and garlic fueled. Cool. Popular videos. Hey, if you were live streaming, like, you know, when I go on WPHT, they do a live stream in the morning, and I go to their page and live stream. Click it. There's nowhere here that says live stream. There's a bunch of videos and stuff, but I don't know how to find. Let's see. I keep looking here. I don't know how to find live stream then. It should be like, you'd think it would pop out and be readily available, but it doesn't seem to be. Hey, A3RE.
You ever see the Bugs Bunny where Daffy Duck has the piano rigged to blow up and Bugs is playing endearing young charms and he keeps missing the note over and over again? And Daffy's like, no, that's wrong.
Yeah, I'm kind of over here like, I really have no faith that you're in the right place. If you're seeing videos for like Thirsty Thursday garlic bread or something, that's definitely not the right thing. But you could do it, man. It's 631NJ is the username, and you can do it. I have faith. W2BTK.
Too very weak.
Thirsty Thursday garlic bread or something, that's definitely...
No, I found it. Just took me a minute to find it, but I'm on it right now, so... Cool. That's pretty cool. I like the display there. Nice. All right, so I got it now. Very good. And I subscribed to you.
Very cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah. You ever see, Pete, any of the old streams that Billy put up?
See, I knew if I went here I would be distracted. Now I'm all distracted trying to listen to two things at the same time. And no, I don't think I've ever seen any of Billy's other stuff before, but now that I found it and I have it and subscribed, I'll be able to find and watch. But then, how do you make comments? I don't see a place to make comments at. Thumbs up, share, save. It even says 6 people are watching right now. Oh, there's the comments. Oh, let's stand by.
Pete, it's a whole new world, man. It's a whole new world with YouTube and transparent audio and putting up the stream. And someone will break in here and they'll want a signal report. And then they can look it up 5 years from now and still give themselves a signal report. How can you? I mean, what more could you ask?
You know what's cool too? It's date and time stamped. So like on the waterfall display, so down to the second, it should be accurate. September 17th, 25, 7:21 and 36 seconds.
You know, Billy, I was on a conservative site with some very seasoned conservative people who are in their 80s, and they're fans very recently, and they were talking about all these different things online, and this is awful, that's horrible. Like Reddit. They said Reddit is just a cesspool of... I'm like, no. Reddit has some good stuff. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff that's not good, but there's some things on Reddit that you can't find anywhere else. And then what was that one that we used to use? Discord. Yeah, Discord. Did you know that this misguided youth that shot Charlie Kirk was using Discord heavily? And so they were going on and on about Discord. I'm like, I've been on Discord.
Yeah, Discord's popular. I think it's probably the most popular. Like, it's supposed to be for like gamers and stuff, like to hang out while they play video games. But lots of people use it for lots of stuff. Like, I mean, I'm on there too. I hope I don't get like looked into by the government now. But you know, using Discord is pretty popular. It's a good chat. Basically what I think happened was the message boards, like V Bulletin style, you know, like AM phone message board, fizzled out, you know, and never really got made better. And then stuff like Discord came out, and Telegram and other stuff like that, and that's just absorbed all the people, you know, from that kind of thing.
Yeah, you may be right with your assessment, Billy. Man, there's a lot of older people that, even though they know things, they don't want to know about anything that they don't know about already, and they have their head up their ass. Like a lot of young people have their head up, and a lot of dead people, like, they don't learn anything. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't want to know anything about anything that I don't want to know about either. But that's not entirely true. I'm always trying to learn stuff. Whether I agree or disagree, I want to learn. But I never heard of Discord until like very recently about that kid using it. So I had never ever heard of Discord until recently. But I'm not trolling the internet. I'm not all over the place. I'm not a gamer. I use it basically for research and
I just put 4 more dB of attenuation in for the record.
Yeah, Pete just had a click off there.
That's the first one in a while. He's doing a lot better.
Yeah, it's because my feed line is wet and it's unhappy. And then I'm trying to watch on my I don't know, the things going on this screen is with Billy's to see what my signal looks like and how wide it is, so I'm not watching everything else. So I wanted to kind of see what things look like on what he's seeing. So that's why I'm kind of talking about nothing, but I'm talking. So indulge me for un momento so I can watch what I'm watching and not paying attention to what I'm paying attention to. AA3RE.
I get that, even though it sounds silly. Latency, though.
The latency didn't sound like it was that bad when I heard it, you know, come through Pete's audio there for a second.
Well, I don't know. Maybe everybody gets a different... There's one for you. I don't know. The latency, depending on how many users, what time of day, where you are, all that. I don't know how that works, Billy.
Seems like I have more latency than Pete did. Like, I'm watching it over here, but I'm also trying to upload a lot, and I don't know, my connection is being used to the max right now, but speaking of being distracted, I mean, Pete, if you go watch some of my older streams, like I was doing 3-4 things at once there, like juggling all that crap. It was a lot, but you know, I was home during COVID for most of that, and it was like it was like what I was doing, you know, every day.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in getting involved in all that. I mean, it's cool that people do that, like you, but you know, just doing those video gates that I do, that's enough for me. Don't want really to get more involved in that. So I got too many other things in life going on, other hobbies, other interests, life in general, work. Maybe when I retire and need to fill time and get myself entertained, yeah. But right now, I'm good. So I got to turn this volume down. It's way distracting. Yeah, the latency's not too bad, about 10 or 15 seconds. So that's what makes it so extra distracting. But I just wanted to see how wide my audio bandwidth was showing up on your display there. So that's really what I was kind of interested in, and what's going on there. So yeah, good job. It looks cool. That's cool software. I like it. See, this kind of stuff though does interest me, and when I see this kind of stuff, then I start thinking, I can do that too. But I'm in no rush. AA3RE.
W2, very weak.
W2BTK, and I did just mouse over so you could see the bandwidth that I'm listening at right now.
Billy, let me tell you something about that there. If I was going to break down a block wall, I would use your audio.
Oh yeah, well, it's got that swing, you know. Hello. It's necessary for amateur radio.
It's like if there's somebody you don't like and they have an old-fashioned receiver and they're listening to their friends, you know, that he's only got 1.5 1625 modulators left, or 1.5 807s. It's perfect to get on and say, hey, how you doing?
Hey, yo, my man.
Exactly, just like that. I used to be this dude that bitched about me doing that. We're talking, 35 years ago now. Anyway, I tried never to disappoint.
Well, there's no disappointment here, but on that scope, your audio is like kind of like where mine is like a sloped, peaked mountain. Yours is like this, like a butte, a pointed butte. Like it doesn't go any further than the width, but boy, is it a sharp step off on the inner side. It really looks different.
Yeah, well, there's something to look at. I can tell you that your transmitter, from what I've listened to off frequency, you know, for somebody that wants to get on next to us, say on SSB, at a reasonable spacing, your transmitter is way better than mine.
Yeah, but your transmitter doesn't say, I don't like that SWR. You're cut off.
No, when this thing cuts off, it's because there's a flame blowing out the side. And it's like, oh, look at that, another flame. Let me shut it down and look. And yours just goes tink.
Yeah, but I do have it pretty well under control. And this is the very first time I've been using the open wire feeder antenna since it's been wet. It's been dry up until this point, so wasn't the first usage wet. And it seems to be hanging in there. My tuning, according to the VNA, changed some, but I didn't go out and touch it up. I left it alone. I hadn't tried anything, so I thought, well, we transmit into it, and it'll either work or it won't. Seems to be working, except for one or two trips. But I think that might have been more more P related or something like that than the actual SWR trip.
KB3 UKB.
It's Steve. Hello, Steve.
Good evening, Steve.
Hello. I'm just getting into the shot.
Hey, Steve, you're live on the Watergate, the live stream Watergate, over here on YouTube.
Who's running the live stream?
I am.
Billy is. I'm watching it right now, and his is way more involved, his video gate, than my video gate. My video gate shows the S meter. His shows you spectral display.
Oh, wow. So I should be doing everything to get on there, but, of course, I don't have a computer over here. I would assume that it would be recorded and I can access it.
Yeah, you can either watch it live or you can watch it later or whatever you want to do. And I'm sure Pete will send you the link to all that.
W2VW if I didn't.
KB3 UKB.
AA3RE.
W2BTK.
Well, I'll tell you what, everybody's sounding nice tonight.
Yeah, my average modulated output power is way higher than it used to be with all this setup set right.
I can tell, Pete, that you are looking at it or listening to it and trying to maintain a high average. I can tell you're doing that, and you are.
No, actually, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying not to get too close to the microphone, because when I get too close, that's usually when I trip out. But if I keep a reasonable distance, I can really speak any way I want to. If I get too close, that's when I get scolded. But I mean, watching my output power meter, when I first got on with the DIY and the phased rotator jammy and the D104, there was not this kind of output power going on.
Can you plug that back in?
Well, I can. Why do I want to?
I want to hear it.
For real.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
All right. Well, I'll do that just because the gate's rolling, and then I'll get a good comparison, too. Take me less than a minute. AA3RE.
Before you go, Pete, what is it that he wants you to do?
Go from my processed audio, outboard audio setup, and my condenser microphone back to my D104 with a basically a compressor board in it. Phase rotated compressor board.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, well, maybe I'll get a chance to listen to the gate that Billy's putting up.
Yeah, we're about, 67 minutes into it. So for reference, if you find it.
All right, yeah, about 67 minutes into it. Yeah, because I would like to know how I sound, you know. I don't know how I sound. I have no clue.
Well, that's a really honest, Billy's got, there's no speaker to microphone, no nothing. It's directly off the air, not influenced by anything except MP3, I think, Billy, right?
Well, the audio gates, yes. That was just straight sound card compressed to an MP3. But this will be same chain, like just like my sound card, then compression, then your ears. But it's different kind of compression. Now it's live stream, so I don't know. It's probably more complex and doing what they can to save bits and bytes and whatever. But there will be whatever compression YouTube adds to this, you're going to hear, but I don't think that it's going to be A, very noticeable, or B, definitely not objectionable.
It's probably the closest you're going to be able to get to the real deal by listening into a digital realm. But yeah, it's going to be as close as you could possibly get. So here's the D104.
Yeah, let's hear some more of that.
Yeah, certainly not as much Certainly not as much output power, peak power, average power. It's all way down. Yeah. So these circular, what is it? Circular, I don't know. I forget. Circular, I don't know. Now I'm running in circles, but it's not working as well.
It is working very well, but it's not working as well as your other stuff. Can you slightly increase your level?
I'm afraid to do that, because if I do that, I'm going to trip out. I can talk closer. How about that? If I talk closer?
Yeah, let me hear some more of that. Say something about current events.
Oh, well, this is about as current as I'm going to get with events. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Wow, how come that worked? Anyway, current events. It's raining, or was raining. I don't think it's raining now, but it is cloudy and damp out at the Volcano Crater Command and Control Central.
Yeah, that's a good sample there. That'll be something we can all look at. Yeah. Okay, Pete. Well, I don't have my gavel here. I think I got a 48-ounce ball peen, though. I can slam it down and just say, okay, this has been solved. Next.
Yeah, and I tripped out while I was right at the end there. So I'm going back to my externally processed audio setup that I worked so hard to build with your assistance. AA3RE.
Good luck in the contest.
Anywhere from Chuck tonight, dear Dave?
No, but if you say Chuck on the air and you have to click your heels together while you're doing it.
Chuck. Now that's the third time someone said it, so now it's going to happen. But I do have to call it quits relatively soon.
55 over right there, Billy.
1111.
No, none of that. None of that.
9999. Oh, that's way better. Oh, that is so much better.
Yeah, it is. It's much, much, much better.
I do like that better.
Yeah. I hate to say it. It's better. I don't know, man. This isn't real ham radio here.
What would it be then?
You know, I've been listening to people for like 40-something years saying, why would you want to get on the air? It's about communications. All you need is a microphone. And you don't need all that. Over 40 years I've been listening to that.
Yeah, well, nobody needs a, 500 horsepower 454 big block, but boy, is it fun.
You know what I like doing more than anything is using this very exact same audio gear. Don't change anything. Get on 10 meters when the band is open and call somebody in Europe on AM with a 0.5 watt carrier, and I don't change anything.
That is pretty badass.
So all this crap about the Fletcher-Munson curve, you could take that with your snow shovel and muck out the stalls, Bubba.
I'll be feeding this processed audio into my high-level plate modulated Barker and Williamson. Bet on it.
Fletcher-Munson curves are real, but most people's hearing is so screwed up, like who knows what, they can still hear.
That is a good study for, okay, I have a twisted pair that's 1,000 miles long, and how much crap can I stuff on the same thing? That's what that's good for.
Yeah. No, I think I prefer what's going on here. I think I'm probably the closest person to, like, doing something that could possibly sound kind of crappy. Yo, my man!
You know what, Billy? It doesn't sound crappy. It's like, here's the deal, man. When I was a young teenager, you were listening to stuff on the radio, and there was some stuff that just didn't have any guts. You listen to, like, Revolution by the Beatles. and you had the fuzz on the guitar, and it was like, yeah, wow, check this out. Well, you're almost there with the fuzz versus, some folk music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just putting a ton of audio on the carrier. It's clean. Like, I'm not even, my negative modulation is not even really like that crazy, like to make me actually loud. It's just the positive peaks are stupid.
It's really stupid. I love that. You know how much I love that. I love it so much that you might actually hear me this winter doing the very same thing.
It's not.
That would be so awesome. I would love that.
All right, well, I got all the stuff here, Billy. I do. So there's something for you to look forward to, all right?
And the other thing is, like, we could both be doing this, but I've also only, like, I think, like, maybe just under halfway down on the taps that I have available, like, in my, my 3 diode setup there on those resistors. I think I'm either halfway or just under halfway.
I'm going to say, as having been involved with electronics for over half a century, that you're good. You don't need any more, Billy. I mean, if you want more, okay, but you don't need more. You know what I mean? W2VW.
Yeah, QSL on the, I don't need more, but it's available, and I could, if I wanted to, W2BTK.
KB3U, KB.
AA3RE.
K3XU.
There he is.
Knew it.
You missed your cue, Chuck.
I just got in from the gym. Hold on, I got to put my amp on line.
So there's a definite comparison between the D104 and the condenser processed audio.
I would hope so. You spent like, what, $100?
Yeah, a little bit more than $100, but not much more.
Oh, man. I thought we agreed you weren't going to spend more than $100.
Well, the thing that put me over that threshold was that $30 EQ.
With missing a knob that's here.
Well, if you know where it is it really missing?
You make a good point, Pete.
Just use a toothpaste cap.
There's the Chuck we all know and love.
It's not actually a knob, Chuck. It's one of them sliders for the EQ.
So, Dave, that was a pallet of lightning strike meters.
Yeah. Wow. Makes me wonder. I guess they just grin it and bear and keep going, huh?
I can't imagine the carnage downstream of that thing.
I was looking at that. I thought those were some kind of protection devices because there was no reference to size. And then I looked like, wait a minute, those are meters. Look at the connections. All the kilowatt hour meters in residential, like piles of 50, 60, 70 of them in a dumpster that have been blown up.
Where was this at, Chuck?
This was at the Coatesville Service Plaza. I was dropping a truck off and bringing one back, and I walked into the building and come out and I look, and there's this pallet box with all these meters in it.
Oh, wow. So what did you do? You reacted, right?
Well, I took couple pictures and sent them to Dave.
Dave, what were they?
It's a beautiful picture because where Chuck works, they have to deal with lightning, and what are you going to do? You know, if you have a system that's got to be up and running 24/7, 365, lightning mitigation is very important.
Yeah, so you know your meter on your house. Well, I set up 2 meters and photographed them, and all in the glass bezel, you could see where there was smoke and fire on the inside.
So what was this, a whole series of kilowatt-hour meters all got like a lightning strike all at once or something?
Yeah, linemen go out to, dispatch to a house. They got hit by lightning, and they pull the meter, and, when they get back to the depot, they throw it in this big dumpster, pallet box.
Oh, they're not all from, like, one area at one time kind of thing? It's just a collection?
Yeah, now I don't know the time frame of when they were hit. I mean, is this a couple years? Is this the summer? But I'm going to find out.
Are they still available, Chuck?
You want a blown-up kilowatt-hour meter, do you?
There might be just some little diode inside that they don't know about that pops.
Forward him the picture, Dave. He'll get the idea.
It's a large corporation anyway. Large corporations don't go down to component level repair anymore. They replace units.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And it's probably something simple, some little fail-safe that's in the circuitry.
The Coatesville service building is where they do metering and calibration of expensive instruments,
All right, so everything has to be precise.
Well, you don't think they're going to rob themselves of revenue by an imprecise kilowatt-hour meter on a home, do you?
No, they wouldn't want to do that.
Well, there's guidelines and regulations of product quality that they have to, pertain to. That's why they have the metering stuff. We send all our torque wrenches and scales there to be calibrated.
Well, Billy, tomorrow you're going to wake up, you're going to be all sore from actually working.
Yeah, no, I know. I think I'm about to tap out over here, Bo, tonight. But it's been real fun. Everybody sounds really, really good. And Chuck, I'm live streaming the QSO right now onto YouTube. So there's a few minutes of Chuck in there. That's nice. Thanks everybody. It's been fun. But yeah, I'm gonna shut down the stream here. I'll let everybody continue on, but I'll let it go for a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna cut it and go to sleep. But it's been fun. W2BTK.
Stuff, man. Thanks, Billy. We'll talk with you maybe Sunday. W2 very weak.
Yeah, good stuff, Bill. Thanks for that. It'll give me some entertainment tomorrow at lunchtime to listen to, and I can pay a little more attention to what's there and what's going on. AA3RE, 73.
73 is Billy. KB3 UKB.
And see you later, Bill. I wasn't paying attention. I was transmitting 8K wide. Now I'm transmitting 12.
You're on your anonymous?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. I may have told you this. I think that's your best sounding AM rig there.
Yeah, and it never kicks out, never complains.
Well, we all have our crosses to bear. Chuck. How many years did it take? It took me a lot of years to get where I am. Those who have problems, hardware problems, could be me or you next week, right?
Well, I will say sometimes the software gets funky, and I'll be checking my match, and the rig will go into overload, high SWR, and it doesn't matter. What I'll do is I'll hook it up to a dummy load. It'll still be in high SWR, and it's because it gets all screwed